Sebastian Vettel's time at Aston Martin has been less than ideal as he has failed to score a single point in the 4 races so far with the team. This also extends his streak without a single point to 7 races. The last time he scored points was when he stood on the podium in Turkey with Ferrari. Later in that weekend, he had said that he wanted to be the driver that gave Aston Martin their first taste of podium champagne. He had reiterated this by stating that third place in the Constructors Championship was his goal for the team this season. Vettel has now reflected on this goal as reported by F1 Insider. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, has Vettel already given up on goal he had for Aston Martin? Vettel began by mentioning how a team's performance can be judged. The yardstick is always the other team's, and in that respect we are behind. On Saturdays we can get a little bit more out of the car, but on Sundays we have a hard time. He then pointed out how Aston Martin haven't been able to measure up. I think the place on which we cross the finish line also reflects what is inside. Overall, there is no pace to exert more pressure forward. He also explained how the rule changes for 2021, which his team had stated has been unfair for the Mercedes customer cars, aren't being talked about as much these days. Mercedes was so far ahead last year, and now it's so tight that people don't care. He summed up his words by revisiting his goals for the team. It's difficult to set a goal, but third place is out of reach. McLaren in third has 65 points, Aston, 7th place, only has 5. It's hard for us to take a step forward, but we still have a few races left. Fast feed. Former F1 driver Jolyon Palmer has suggested that Mercedes' Valtteri Bottas has been forced to play the support role at Mercedes. This is simply because he hasn't been strong enough to play the lead role over the course of a season. He also added that one could argue Bottas was actually more helpful to Max Verstappen than Hamilton in the Grand Prix of Catalonia. Hamilton winning has meant Mercedes can gloss over the fact, but if he had narrowly missed out, there would have been a serious fallout from the situation. Former F1 driver Timo Glock is very curious to see which team will come out on top, because in Monaco its own rules apply. He is also trying to be optimistic for Verstappen again and believe Monaco is a good fit for Red Bull. Former F1 driver turned pundit Martin Brundle pointed out that on 94 points and with 3 victories so far in 2021, this is Hamilton's best ever start to a championship season. This is ominous for his rivals, added Brundle. He's on scintillating form and Red Bull urgently need more power and grip for Max and for Perez to join the battle, according to Brundle. He also feels that right now it appears Bottas is more likely to take points from Verstappen on occasions than Perez is from Hamilton, and that could be critical. Former F1 CEO Bernie Ecclestone feels that he has to take away the hopes for the title for 2021 from the supporters of Max Verstappen. This is because Hamilton is currently driving better than ever. Thanks also to Verstappen, Lewis is clear, flawless, calm and clever. He doesn't get involved in hot duels and always respectfully gives the opponent the space they need to survive. All of that makes him stronger in the cockpit. Verstappen may be on par with his driving skills, but Lewis has the better team and more reliable material behind him. McLaren's Daniel Ricciardo has suggested that Max Verstappen, the way he drives, he's quite stubborn. He'd be a hard guy to put away. He further joked that Max would be a good competitor in the ring, referring to an MMA fight. And he expanded on this by suggesting that Max is probably the guy you'd choke him and he's going to sleep and not tap. Who has been more help to their teammate this season, Perez or Bottas? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.